First at 5. From the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communications, you're watching WUFT News.
We begin with breaking news out of Gainesville, where police say middle school students had to be pepper sprayed in order to break up a fight. This is First at 5. I'm Alexis Vivanco.
And I'm Alex Land. The Gainesville Police Department released the details less than 90 minutes ago. Here's what we know. Police say a fight broke out between two young girls this morning at Lincoln Middle School. As a school resource officer tried to break up the fight, investigators say a crowd gathered and added to the intensity of the situation. That's when police say the officer used 2 bursts of pepper spray at the students involved. Several others close to the fight were also exposed. Gainesville Fire Rescue treated all students, and the 2 involved in the fight will face discipline from school officials. After the longest government shutdown in history, 43 days to be exact, the government is back up and running. Last night, President Trump signed a bill passed by Congress to end the shutdown. Now that things are back in motion, there's a lot of work to be done. Our second top story, the shutdown impacted many organizations. All eyes are on the food banks that provided for people in need. Many families haven't had SNAP benefits, making food banks a top resource. The city of Gainesville is allocating $100,000 to the Bread of the Mighty Food Bank. WUFT's Eva Garcia is live there tonight. And Eva, you looked into how these funds are helping the community.
The director of the Bread of the Mighty Food Bank told me that the need for help is surging and the supply is just not meeting the demand. The shelves at Bread of the Mighty Food Bank are stacked up, but Director Patrick Dodds is still concerned. He says the loss of SNAP benefits hit hard, leaving some families in the dark.
There's, I think, a lot of panic and uncertainty. There's a lot of people who are struggling. The cost of groceries are more expensive than they've been in a long time.
In order to keep the bank running, food needs to be consistently purchased. Dodd says the bank has seen a 30% decrease in the amount of food coming in, paired with a 100% increase in people needing assistance. With lines out of the pantry doors, monetary allocations like the $100,000 the city of Gainesville approved helps keep the supply chain moving.
We've been really fortunate that the leaders in North Central Florida have recognized the emergency that's happening in our community, and so they've stepped up.
Now that the government shutdown is over, SNAP benefits are expected to start up again. Until then, the food bank is carrying the weight for some originally, Alachua families. County allocated $100,000 worth of funds to Bread of the Mighty, and then the city continued to match this number. I actually spoke to an employee outside of here, and he told me that donors are also looking to match this number as well. Live in Gainesville, Eva Garcia, WUFT News.
Is your heater running? Well, you better go catch it, and while you're at it, you might be turning it off soon. Lately, there's been quite a chill in the air, but it's looking like things might start to heat up. UF forecaster Matthew Clark is live in the weather studio to tell you if you should be buying more sweaters or placing them in retirement for now.
You could probably place them in retirement for now, as Florida summer-ish is coming back in 2.0 fashion. We've been waking up in the 30s the past couple of days. Definitely needed that heater on this morning for our northwestern communities. 39 in Perry, 38 in Cedar Key waking up this morning. Still pretty chilly here in Gainesville this morning. 42, but those heaters have definitely been turned off this afternoon as we reach the upper 70s, currently sitting at 75 here in Gainesville, 74 in Ocala, and even the lower 70s up for our northern communities in Live Oak and Lake City. And taking a look outside, it is a gorgeous evening out there. 75 degrees, slight chill in the air from winds moving in from around the northwest at around 5 miles per hour. Gorgeous sunset, gorgeous night sky out there panning out tonight. Clear skies altogether. It may be a little bit chilly waking up tomorrow morning. We'll be waking up in the upper 40s. Fog could be a possibility tomorrow morning as well. And then we're heating up again as we head into tomorrow afternoon with a high of 76. That is right on par for seasonable this time of year, but that warm-up is going to continue. I'll have what you need to know about it in a few minutes.
A former Marine is set to be executed in less than an hour for a murder he committed over 40 years ago. 66-year-old Brian Frederick Jennings was convicted of killing a 6-year-old Rebecca Kunash. He is scheduled to be killed by lethal injection at Florida State Prison. Jennings requested reconsideration but was denied. This will be the record 16th death sentence under Governor Ron DeSantis.
An escaped inmate is back in handcuffs this afternoon, and we're learning more about how he was able to slip away. The escape caused several road closures and put a number of nearby schools on lockdown. WUFT's Alabama Weninegar is live in the studio with how he was able to get away without even being in jail.
In the last hour, the Pullman County Sheriff's Office released new details about the capture of the 37-year-old trip. This video is also released for about an hour after running from corrections deputy. These are new pictures of Tripp being arrested again shortly after they say he ran for a medical appointment to treat a fracture in his foot. St. John State College, in addition to Kelly Smith Elementary and Children's Reading Center Charter School, were in full lockdowns. But once Tripp was caught, those lockdowns were lifted just before noon. Tripp, a convicted felon, was arrested back in October for aggravated battery and kidnapping. We also learned he was bitten by a K-9 deputy from the Clay County Sheriff's Department. I did some digging into his previous convictions. Tripp was just released in September after a 3-year sentence for drug possession. He was back in jail a month later. Live in the studio, Alabama Weninegar, WUFT News.
With recovery efforts continuing in Jamaica after Hurricane Melissa, one local restaurant in Gainesville is stepping up to help. WUFT's Allison Bonnemaison is there now to let you know how you can get involved.
When neighbors come into Caribbean Spice on Friday, not only will they be able to fill their bellies, but also they'll be helping rebuild Jamaica just weeks after the devastation that Hurricane Melissa left there. This fundraiser is the brainchild of the co-owner who moved to the U.S. from Jamaica. Hurricane Melissa hit Jamaica in late October as a Category 5 storm. The island was leveled, and since then, Caribbean Spice's Darren Alvarenga has rallied support for his community and hometown just outside the tourist town of Negril.
And when you see that much damage being inflicted on a place that's very familiar to you, you can't help but feel like you need to do something.
Caribbean Spice, located off 13th Street in Gainesville, will serve their full menu, and any profit from orders on Friday will go to the recovery efforts in Jamaica. They are looking to provide tarps, tents, flashlights, and other essentials to those affected. As a long-standing staple of the community, Alvarenga says they're expecting a big turnout for the fundraiser.
One of the things that we're proud of at this point is that we're now serving the children of our first customers. So we have a very deep connection with the community.
Gwenwell Mingo, a lifelong customer and Bahamian native, sympathizes with the struggle of his neighbors both in Florida and in the Caribbean.
It was heartbreaking because I'm familiar with storms and hurricanes coming from Key West and the Bahamas, etc. We are very familiar with the type of storm. But this storm is really a Category 5, the strongest one to hit that country. So we know the devastation that is taking place there, and we want to support the effort.
Profits from the fundraiser are then donated to the World's Central Kitchen to provide food relief on the ground.
I will relate to something that Bob Marley says, one love. We should all love one another, and I think everything will be all right.
100% of the proceeds will go towards helping rebuild Jamaica, whether that be ordering in or taking out. Any order counts towards the fundraiser. The fundraiser will last from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Live in Gainesville, Allison Bonnemaison, WUFT News.
Coming up on WUFT's First at 5, the best of the best face-off in Special Olympics Florida's Bowling State Championship.
How the competition for one athlete and his coach goes beyond the alley. Don't go anywhere.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
If you've ever played a sport, you know just how close an athlete and a coach can be.
I got to know how one athlete's relationship with his coach is measured by more than just a scoreboard. Pins crash, balls thunder down the lane, and the crowd comes alive. The lanes are packed. Shoes laced, balls polished, and phones out. It's the Bowling State Championship for Special Olympics Florida.
Bowling State Champions is what I call organized chaos.
Coach Bonnie Crow sits on the sidelines with sweaty palms.
All right, you can pick those up. You got this.
Calculating scores and shouting words of encouragement to her athlete.
There you go, Randy.
Brandy Godbolt.
What I like bowling is getting strikes.
Randy's no rookie.
My highest score is 147.
He's given other sports a shot.
Basketball is not my forte. I'm not that good.
But bowling stuck.
Let's go.
And so did the person who came with it.
Bonnie, she really got me into bowling.
It's okay, buddy.
She's amazing. Amazing coach.
Bonnie coaches dozens of athletes.
Nice job, Trell.
But
Randy just has a light about him.
Bonnie knows Randy may get a little competitive.
So, I'd be really serious in bowling. What? Oh my God.
But no matter how hard the frame gets,
Randy doesn't give up. It doesn't matter if he throws a gutter.
Wow.
He's going to laugh it off and try again.
The two may be an athlete and a coach.
Let it go.
But their bond rolls much deeper.
Randy's like one of my kids now. You got this. I have two sons, and a daughter, and he just like fit in with the crew.
She worries like a mom too.
I'm always checking in and saying, hey, can I get you anything? Do you need anything? Is he eating properly?
And Randy doesn't mind the check-ins.
I feel like I'm her son, and I'm so ready. Her son, Alex, he's like a brother to me.
A family outside the alley.
She's a coach, but deep down, she's like a mom.
And those words took on a deeper meaning this February when Randy's mom, Lisa,
my mom,
lost her battle to cancer.
She has been the best mom in the world.
It's the small moments Randy misses most.
This year was my birthday. I remember every year my mom wake me up, good morning, happy birthday, boy. I hope you have an amazing day. For this year, it's been kind of stressful of it.
Watching Randy grieve hasn't been easy for Bonnie.
I worry about him a lot since Randy's mom has passed.
Hearing Randy say,
my mom died, and that was devastating, so.
It stuck with her because Bonnie, more than anyone knows,
yes,
there's nothing more necessary than a mom's love.
My husband to my children passed, and because of that, I was their mom. So that was my job. I had to make sure, because they only had me, that I was a good mom.
Bonnie raised her kids alone after her husband died in a car accident.
You know, anything that they needed, I was there for.
It became who she is.
The only thing I ever wanted to do with my life was be a mom.
So when he needed one most,
that's what I say, one's better than none.
She became the mom Randy needed.
Even she's my coach, no matter what, I still see in her as a mom.
He even calls her Mom.
I would be shocked if he didn't call me mom at this point. Good try. I love it. That's all, I'm mom. You can call me mom, that's great.
So with every roll and every strike, Bonnie's there.
Yeah, he's one of my kids.
Cheering him on like any mom would.
Woo! Good job, guys!
And even if Randy didn't take home gold, he won something far greater.
She's been an amazing mom, and she worked really hard, and love her all my heart.
A family. The end of the Bowling State Championship marks the end of Randy's season. Now he has his sights set on Special Olympics Florida flag football.
Temperatures are going to gradually warm as we head into the next couple of days, and even the foreseeable future. I'll have just how warm we're going to get coming up after the break.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
This morning, law enforcement broke a sweat and ran a mile for the 10th anniversary of Run with the Cops at Santa Fe College. Participants walked with the Santa Fe Police Department and other first responders to support adults and students with special needs and vulnerabilities. At the event, there were specialty and antique fire rescue vehicles, donuts, music, and t-shirts for those who completed the 1 mile trip around the track. And I gotta say, an event like that sounds nice, but the weather too, I have to imagine, has to feel pretty good.
Yeah, it was nice out this morning. It was a little chilly. You could see the people running with coats, some with pants. It was a little bit chilly this morning, but we are going to gradually warm back up as we head into the end of this week and even into the weekend and foreseeable future. So more warm temperatures, guys. And if you're anything like me from Florida, it's been rough waking up early these past couple of days in the 30s. We woke up at 42 degrees here in Gainesville today. We did reach 77 degrees, which is above average, and the above average trend of temperatures is going to continue not just into this weekend, but the foreseeable future. Climate Prediction Center says over the next 6 to 10 days that we are going to be well above average. Average this time of year is 75 degrees. So from November 19th through the 23rd, that's the week of Thanksgiving, we're going to be above average in terms of high temperatures. So we definitely are going to be seeing a warm up. The reason for that is this high pressure system that's currently sitting over New Orleans has been bringing us cool and dry air, which we have been feeling. It has been cold and very dry, but this high pressure system is slowly going to drift off to the southeast, and then once those winds turn from the southwest, we're going to be feeling a little bit warmer and a little bit more humid outside as we head in towards next week. Currently, temperature is sitting at 75, so right on average right now. 74 in Ocala, so pretty much for the most part we are in the lower 70s at this hour. Along the coast, places are in the 60s, 68 in Cedar Key and 66 in Crystal River. Outside, it is gorgeous currently, beautiful evening to walk the dog or just go on an evening stroll. 75 degrees, light winds from the northwest around 5 miles per hour, gorgeous sunset. Dew point down to 51, so it's much more seasonable for this time of year. Definitely not nearly as dry as it has been. And then this evening, we're going to be seeing clear skies. The only thing worth note is fog potential after midnight. Waking up tomorrow morning, there could be some patchy, locally dense places of fog on your way to work or dropping the kids off at school. Waking up tomorrow morning, still probably going to need a jacket or a pullover. 47 degrees, but we're not going to be waking up in the 30s anymore. 43 in Lake City and Live Oak are coming in at the coldest tomorrow morning, which is still pretty chilly, but not nearly that bad. And then we're going to be warming up into the upper 70s again. 76 as a high here in Gainesville tomorrow morning. Cold with some patchy fog, and then average afternoon high temperatures about 1 degree, give or take. That warm-up trend is going to continue as we head into Saturday and Sunday. Just possibly reaching 80, 79 right now. I have as our highs on Saturday and Sunday, 4 degrees above average, but that average trend is going to continue to tick up as we head into next week. Another thing that's going to continue to tick up is drought conditions. We have not seen rain once in November. The last time it rained here in Gainesville was October 26th. Much drier than average fall. It is expected to gradually worsen as we are not seeing any rain in our 7-day forecast. And looking at the drought, it's pretty much the entire western coast of the Florida Peninsula and even up in the Panhandle along the Suwannee River Valley for portions of Suwannee, Columbia, and Union County, seeing some severe drought, and then extreme drought for portions of southeast Georgia. So drought is going to continue with no rain in our forecast. Along with no rain in our forecast, no tropical development over the next 7 days. Hurricane season ends November 30th. So for a 7-day forecast, lots of sunshine across the board on our 7-day forecast, and you can see that gradual increase of temperatures as we head in towards next week. And this time next week, we're going to be sitting in the upper 80s with no cool down in sight.
Coming up in sports, we'll tell you about one Gators team that just got off to a hot start and is trying to keep that momentum alive. Also, high school football playoffs kicks off tonight. Local schools around the Gainesville area are in the hunt for the state championship. All coming up after the break.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Welcome to sports. I'm Luis Rodriguez Combe. Between high school and college sports, WUFT is across Alachua County covering games tonight. A packed night in Gainesville, hoops at the Old Dome, and across town, the postseason pressure is real. WFT's Jada Ross is live from Citizens Field ahead of Bujold's first playoff matchup against Oviedo tonight. The Bobcats are riding an 8-game winning streak, trying to make it 9.
Thank you, Luis. I'm here with Bujold's head coach, Mark Whittemore. Coach, you guys have made it to the state semifinals the past couple of years, but you barely missed making it to the championships. What have you seen in the team so far this season that makes you confident that you guys can break this streak?
Well, a lot of the same attributes, frankly, that we possessed the last few years. Tough to make it to that final Pitbull Stadium round, but I think we've got all the makings of a team that can get there.
Absolutely, and your team is coming onto the field behind us right now, but senior wide receiver specifically, Justin Williams, he's had 772 receiving yards and 14 touchdowns this season. How has he elevated this program and contributed to the success you guys have had so far?
Well, appreciate you asking about him. He's my favorite person to talk about. He is the engine that makes us go. Terrific football player. His accolades are many. But there's no question that him being on the football field makes us exponentially better.
Well, thank you for being here, Coach. We appreciate it. And congrats on making it to the playoffs, and good luck tonight. Kickoff will be here at Citizens Field at 7 p.m. Live from Citizens Field, Jada Ross, WUFT Sports.
Thank you, Jada. Bujold isn't the only local team that made it to the playoffs. The Gainesville area is packed with competitors. Tomorrow night, number 11 Oak Hill will face the Masters Academy at 7. Sneads will take on number 3 Schiffland, who has a record of 9 wins and 1 loss. Number 10 Brantford will play against Hawthorne, and the South Sumter Raiders will battle number 2 Eastside Rams. Turn it into the hardwood. The Gators women's basketball team is also trying to keep a winning streak alive. WUFT's Heather McKenzie is live at the Old Dome to preview tonight's basketball match.
As you can see behind me, Sanford is warming up for their match against the Gators tonight. The Florida Gators women's basketball team is chasing a piece of program history because they are just 1 win away from joining only 6 other teams in Florida women's basketball history to start their season 4-0. Florida enters Thursday 3-0 after a win to Jacksonville on Monday. The last time the team started off this strong was in the 2019 to 2020 season. A major reason for this hot start is sophomore point guard Liv McGill, who is averaging nearly 28 points a game, along with 7 assists, 6 rebounds, and 5 steals. She ranked top 5 nationally in scoring and earned both SEC Player of the Week and National Player of the Week honors. Sanford is coming in at 1-1, led by Brianna Rivera with 16 points per game. With the way the Gators have been playing, it could be a special night in the O-Dome. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. Reporting from the O'Connell Center, I'm Heather McKenzie, WFT Sports.
Thank you, Heather. And finally, Gators volleyball wrapped up its home SEC schedule last night, but the O-Dome wasn't enough to slow down 6th-ranked Texas A&M. Florida fell into 3 straight sets in the final SEC regular season match inside the O-Dome. The Gators closed out SEC play on the road Friday night at Ole Miss. And that's all for sports. Matthew will have a final look at weather coming up after the break.
Welcome back. We have lots of sunshine across the 7-day forecast, and we're going to continue to gradually warm up as we head into this time next week, reaching 86 degrees this time next week. So we're going to be seeing a warming trend and above average temperatures, but overall, lots of sunshine and dry conditions.
Thanks for joining us. We're back here tomorrow for another edition of First at 5.
But your North Central Florida news is always on at WUFT.org and on all of our social media platforms. Have a great night.